Hello everyone, welcome to Foreigner Farming in the Philippines. I'm down here. Muriel's got his bolo and his little hook there, and he's cleaning up this area. He's going to go back up that way a little bit. He's going to get in the camotes pretty soon. Of course, we don't want that cleared out. But he found this little coconut tree, and I'm going to go back around the corner here and try to get an idea of how many bananas that we need to put here. Let's see, I'm thinking 1, 2. I also asked him if he had seen any snakes in all his chopping here, and he says he has not. So let's see, I think one more here. So that would be 3. All these trees need fertilized. There is one here. I don't think, there was probably a coffee tree right here at some time, but it didn't make it. I don't know if we need to put one right there where Nini's standing or not. I'll ask Tatai what he thinks. There's a little coffee tree there. That coffee tree there, it's doing good now that it can breathe. It's doing really well. Yeah, all this area down in here needs love. Needs love with fertilizer. We've marked, I don't know how many of these trees are marked for removal, but a lot of them. And I would think in this little area right here we could probably put a dozen more banana trees. Maybe make another line going back that way a little bit, so call it 20. A couple coffee trees left here. I don't know which. That tree right there's died, so it definitely needs to come down. And basically, from where White was just hopping there, all this area right in here needs to be put into bananas. So that's probably another 50. And in here, we could probably get another 20. Because I want this cleaned right up to the edge of the rice field. I don't think we'll plant anything further to the right than of this row, but I would like it cleaned out. So we need, I don't know, 10, 20, and maybe 10, and another 30 in here. So well over 100 plus, and I think I asked Tatai if we had 100 little babies that we could transplant, and he said yeah. So, well, there was another row here there's another row there that stopped right there, and it looks like none of those made it. So maybe 130 is what we're going to end up putting up in here. It looks like we've got, I don't know how many of the coffee trees are left by the pond, but I do know that there's, I don't know, 3 or 4 cocoa trees over there. So I don't know, we might have 15 to 20 of the coffee trees left. I don't know if that's enough to keep us in coffee or not, but I hope it is. So we've probably got 120, 130 bananas that need to be replanted. And I've asked Nerio, all this that's just laying on the ground here, everything that he's chopped up, I've asked him to, I know it's work, it's a pain in the butt, but I want him to take it back up into the compost pile and put it up there. I don't want this just left on the ground and burned anymore. I want it gathered up and made into compost. Looks like someone's pumping water over there. Tata says this tree here is going to stay. It's some kind of, as I understand it, I forget the name of it. This tree, and there's another one, maybe that one right there. They're like the rarest tree in the Philippines, but there seems to be a lot of them on Bohol, or there's a lot of them locally, because we have dozens of these on this property, and there's more around. But getting caught with something made out of the lumber from one of these trees will get you 5 years in prison, because it's a rare tree. So we're going to keep this one. Tatai was going to take it down, but I said, you know what, Tatai, this little tree is so tough, it wants to live so bad that we're going to leave it. And he said, why? And I said, because, Tatai, the last time the municipal tractor was here, this little tree was 2 or 3 feet tall, and the disc ran right over the top of it. That's this scar right here. And it lived. There's another little scar here. He hit it a couple times with that disc, I guess. And I told him, you know what? It wants to live. It's a tough little tree, so leave it. And I really did, since it's such a supposedly a rare tree, I didn't want him cutting it down anyway. I don't want to get into trouble. So 2 reasons. I mean, this tree was having a hard time there for a while. How it survived, I don't know, but it has. So we've got a lot of planting to do in the next week or 10 days, and a lot of fertilizing to do. So YouTube payday, I'm going to get a sack of fertilizer to make sure we have plenty. And yeah, I'm using chemical fertilizer. There's really no way around it. We don't have enough composted pig dung left that's old enough to use, and it's not complete anyway. So I'm just going to get a 14-14-14. Tatai says around these banana trees you dig down about 6 inches in 3 spots around the trunk of the banana tree. You throw in a real small handful of fertilizer and cover it up. And he says you need to do that twice a year. Well, it's never been done to any of these. That's why they're not. You can tell those banana trees right next to the piggery that had a lot of pig dung thrown on them occasionally. Some of those are 20 feet tall. But these guys here, which were planted close to the same time, maybe 4 or 5 months later, are just hanging on to life, and that's because they haven't been fertilized. So we're going to fertilize them good and get our banana production up to where it should be. Thank you, everyone. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.